dreamers who stopped by Dawn Dares to Dream today to see what we're all about. Well, let me give you a brief summary of my purpose here on my channel. My goal is to inspire and motivate adults to dream again. As we go through life, we tend to take on different roles and responsibilities, and then we put our dreams on the back burner. My goal is to help you pick those dreams back up and to pursue them again. Today, guys, we are making a salmon avocado corn salad. When I was doing my research looking for salmon salads, this recipe just stood out to me, so I figured I had to give it a shot. I am changing the salad a little bit because I am adding a lemon honey vinaigrette to the salmon and to the salad that this recipe did not call for, but I saw lemon vinaigrettes and they looked really yummy, and then I saw this salad and the ingredients in it, so I decided to marry the two. And today we are working on the third key in the Activating the Law of Attraction Action Guide. Now, if you have not been here, you haven't seen and this is your first video for October, what I need you to do is to pause the video because you need to go to my website, dawndaretodream.com, scroll down to the bottom and register with your name and your email address, and you will receive your free copy of the action guide. Because all the videos from now forward to the end of the month are involving the key concepts in the action guide. So you need to go get that so that you understand where we are and what we're working on. And the link to my website is in the description for this video. So just go to the description and scroll midway down. You'll see website link, and you can click on that and go to the website, scroll down to the bottom, click on the Law of Attraction Action Guide, register with your name and your email, and you will receive a downloadable copy of the action guide. Today, we're working on the third key. The third key is you must believe that you're going to receive it. Now, I know you're like, well, that's simple. That makes sense. But really, you got to believe that you're going to get it. If you don't believe, it's not going to happen. Remember my acronym, MBA, right? Mindset, belief, and then action, taking action. So right now we are working on the belief part of activating the law of attraction and believing that we can receive the thing it is that we are requesting. So we've talked about visualizing it. We've talked about writing your affirmations and reading those affirmations over and over and over again, right? And listening to yourself say those affirmations recorded, and how that helps to brainwash you into believing that you can have the thing that you want and that you're worthy of it. Okay, so now you got to believe it, and we are going to work on a workbook activity in this video that is going to tell you whether or not you believe that you can get it. And we're going to do this by analyzing our feelings associated with the affirmations that we have written. But before we get into all that, let me explain to you what goes in this salmon salad. So of course we have salmon. I have sliced it in half, if you can see, because I want one half for me, one half for my mother. We're also going to use some cilantro in the salad. We're going to use some shallots. The dressing is going to have lemon juice. We have avocado. We have fresh corn, and what I've done with the fresh corn, and I have pre-boiled it so that it's all done, and I've cooled it so that I can use it for the salad. We're also going to use my favorite petite medley of tomatoes. You can obtain these right at your local grocery store. And let me tell you the seasoning or the spices that we're going to add to the salmon. Of course, we're going to do black pepper and then our Himalayan rock salt. We are also going to use coriander and chili powder as well. And we're going to mix that in with some brown sugar. So we're going to sweeten it up a little bit. And then we're going to have some olive oil and some red wine vinegar as well in the dressing. So I believe that's everything. I explained everything. So let's get started. Now we are actually going to mix the spices and the sugar so that way we can rub them on the salmon. And we're also going to rub the salmon with olive oil first, then add the spices, and then add it in the pan. Speaking of that, I'm going to go ahead and get the pan warmed up. I'm also going to add in some extra virgin olive oil to the pan as well. So what we're going to do is we have a teaspoon of brown sugar here. So we are then going to add in a half of a teaspoon of coriander, and a half of a teaspoon of the chili powder as well. Oops, I made a little mess. There we go. We're just gonna stir that up. And we're gonna add in some of the salt and some black pepper. So we're gonna stir this up together. And this is going to be our spice rub for the salmon. Now what we're going to do, we are going to add in all of the liquid ingredients for our marinade. And we're going to then chop up the avocado, the shallot, the tomatoes, and we're going to have them kind of marinate and percolate around in the dressing while the salmon cooks. So let's take this and get my trusty little juicer, and we're gonna juice the juice of 1 lemon. We're gonna set the second lemon aside because we're gonna use that as a garnish. So we need to get back to our topic of believing that we can have the items that we are focused on. The hardest thing to do when it comes to activating law of attraction is to actually believe in yourself and know that you can have what it is you desire. And the exercise that we are going to do is going to help to show you whether or not you're having good feelings wrapped around what it is you desire. And we're going to do that by reviewing the actual affirmations that you wrote down in the second key of activating law of attraction. You wrote down your affirmations, and what I want us to do is now read those affirmations, but do this in a quiet, still place, because you want to read these affirmations and you want to key into your feelings. You want to know, are you feeling happy when you read these affirmations? Are you feeling sad? Are you feeling anxious? Are you feeling just uncomfortable? How are you feeling? What is your body doing and saying to you? What thoughts are coming to your mind immediately after you read them? Because if you aren't thinking positively, then that means you don't believe that you can have the thing that it is that you're desiring. And so what we want to do is tap into what your true feelings are and then work through maybe why you are feeling a certain way about a particular affirmation. Because how you feel about what it is that you are creating is key to actually believing in it and key to receiving it. So I have the lemon juice and the red wine vinegar. I only put maybe like a teaspoon of red wine vinegar in here because I do have the juice of 1 small lemon. So now what we're going to do, we're going to also add in the honey into this. And I would say you're going to add in about a tablespoon worth of honey, because you want this to be on the sweeter side. I, enjoy adding sweet to my meals, so having a sweet dressing is a definite way of being able to do that. And if it's homemade, that's even better. So we're going to set this aside, and now we're going to cut up our shallot. We like shallots because shallots have a more intense flavor than onions do. So in doing something like this, where we're making a dish like this, where you aren't having, there aren't really too many components, you want to have all the ingredients that will meld and work together and make a good, powerful bite or taste or flavor for you. So I'm going to take this shallot and I'm going to mince it because it's going in the dressing and I'm not cooking it at all. So I want to make sure that I don't bite into just a hunk of shallot, because remember, it has a more intense flavor than onion does. Take this, put it right in there. And next I'm actually going to slice up some of the tomatoes. Now you do want the variety. This recipe did call for the, different varieties of tomatoes, and that is why I just go ahead and purchase my little, what is it called? Petite snacking tomatoes, because these usually are just enough. So I'll just slice that. The bigger ones I'm probably gonna slice in fourths, and then the smaller ones I'm just gonna slice in half. Now, what I need you to do right now is to take your affirmations that you have written for the exercise. If you've written them down, I need you to now take some time, take a moment or two to actually read them out loud to yourself. So you want to pause the video and read them out loud to yourself. The whole point to that is I need to understand how you are feeling, and based upon how you're feeling is how you're going to proceed with your creation process. Because it's all about mindset, belief, and action, correct? So the mindset part we were talking about previously, about saying our affirmations over and over and over again so that we then can brainwash ourselves into believing we can have the things that we want. And this was about us believing that we can have the things that we want, not trying to manifest anything tangible. We're manifesting our mindset shift, our mindset change. That's what we're manifesting when we are in a position of disbelief. But we're going to step deeper in the workbook activity, because I want to understand the feelings associated with what you're saying, because if they are negative, then you are going to produce a negative result instead of a positive result. So I need to understand what type of thoughts are you having when you think of the thing that you want, and you think of the affirmations that you've written them and you read them. Are you feeling anxiety? Because anxiety is saying that for some odd reason, you are feeling stress wrapped around trying to obtain the thing it is that you want. So why are you feeling anxiety? Are you feeling anxiety because you don't feel worthy of having the thing? Are you feeling anxiety because you feel like it's too much work or effort to have the thing? Are you feeling anxiety because you feel like you will have more than your family and friends around you? You don't want to leave them behind. You could be feeling anxiety for a million different reasons. But if you are, you need to stop and meditate, pray on that affirmation and say that I want it to be revealed to me why I have this anxiety associated with this manifestation that I would like to have in my life. You need to know, you need to understand. And no one can tell you, people can guide you along the way to figuring that out, but you know what you've been through in your life. You know what past pain, hurt, and trauma that has happened. You know what you have not forgiven, what you have not released, and what you have not let go. You need to think about those things, because those are the things that are making you feel all the negative feelings around manifesting the life of your dreams. So I smell the, literally I smell the oil back there. So I am going to get the salmon ready to put her in the pot. So we're going to put a little bit of olive oil, just a touch. Just a touch. Oh, and I feel, you know, I always tell you, you have to feel and pull out the bones. And I felt some when I touched her. So I said, okay, let me get these bones out. So I think we're good on that one. Now I have a couple more here. There's one. Is this a bone? No. I think we're good now. So let's just rub the salmon with the actual seasoning. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna just dust the salmon and pat in the seasoning. And we're gonna do the front and the back. So just pat it in there. There we go. I'm gonna flip them over. And we're gonna pat on top. We are going to cook this with the skin side down, because we want to get the skin cooked as crispy as possible, and then we will turn the salmon. But we want to cook the bottom first. So we're going to take her over here and we're going to put her in the pan. So we're going to take the corn and cut it off of the cob, and then we're going to place it in the bowl with the tomatoes and the shallots. So remember, you can use canned corn if you choose. I just bought fresh corn because I love the flavor of fresh corn, and I thought that it was simple enough to go ahead and use fresh. So I'm using fresh. You don't have to. I'm also going to add in some salt and pepper to the lemon as well. Just trying to get this chopped up into bite-sized pieces. There we go. So I think that's good enough. Throw those in there. So last, we're going to chop up some of the cilantro leaves. Let me rinse these off before we get started, and then we're also going to do the avocado. Slice the avocado, and then we're going to go crossways. So we went lengthways and then we went crossways because we want it to be diced or represent being diced. So that's why we do it that way. So we're going to go length and then across. Then take your spoon and just it falls out. There we are. And last, we're going to chop up some cilantro, and then we'll have our salad. I know it's going to be tasty. So I'm not going to worry about too many of the stems. Just going to chop. And then we're going to put that in here as well. Cilantro smells so bright. Then we're going to add in salt and pepper, and we're going to stir. And it should all be done. Salt. And here's the pepper. Let's just stir. Rather good. See that? Now it's time to taste here. Oh my God, it's so good. That was such a good idea. To combine, oh my God. It was such a good idea to combine the recipes. That was so good. So good. Oh, that's so good. That's gonna be some good food. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm just waiting for the salmon to be done. I'm going to turn the oven on because I believe the skin is crispy enough. And so I'm just gonna put the salmon in the oven to let it cook up a little bit more, and then I'm going to plate everything. But I do want you to remember that when creating, and I believe this is the key, it's about our feelings. So I'm taking you through this exercise earlier on in the 10 keys so that you can have worked through it and understand what's going on. And the only way to change your feelings around something is to get to the understanding of why you feel that way. That is why I talk about, I think we're going to talk about later about our triggers and understanding our triggers, when we're triggered, and how to work through them. Because it's those negative feelings that we have that are residual impact from the fact that we've been hurt in our lives. That's the residual mess that has been left. And we have to deal with that pain and work with that pain and forgive the ones who caused it, which is very important. We need to release it, okay? And we need to let it go, fly away, bye-bye. And so that you can now attract that positive energy into your life so that your energy cycle can change from a negative to a positive. That is what the goal is of this key, to get you to understand why you have that negative thought about the thing. Let's talk about the feeling. You're not going to necessarily think in your mind that you're thinking negative, but we have to concentrate on the feeling of feeling positive or feeling negative. Anxiety is a negative feeling. Sadness is a negative feeling. A feeling of unworthiness is a negative feeling. And we have to wrap our minds around those thoughts and figure out why they're there. They may be there because we were raised a certain way and we were mistreated. Again, pain, hurt, and trauma. And it stuck with us, and now we don't believe in ourselves. We've patched ourselves up enough to get through our day-to-day lives. But when it comes time to activate the law of attraction, we got to get rid of that stuff because it's weight and it's weighing us down and it's not letting us fly and be free. And I am helping you to free yourself of all of those things from the past that are weighing you down so that you can create the life that you choose. Well, dreamers, we're all done. We have our salmon, avocado, corn salad. You want to take a look? Look at that. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. I'm so excited to get into this salmon. But remember, it's time to go download the 10 keys to activating law of attraction. If you have not, what I need you to do is to go to my website, dawndaretodream.com. The link to my website is in the description for this video. So I need you to click on that, scroll down to the bottom, register with your name and your email address, and we will send you a copy of the Law of Attraction Action Guide. And this copy doesn't cost anything. It's free. So I need you to go get it, download it so you can be kept up to date for the remainder of the month for the video topics. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Also, remember to leave me a comment if you have any questions about anything. There's also a share button down here at the bottom with an arrow. Click on that share button and you can share this video right from here to your social media platform. So you can share it to your Facebook and your family and your friends can check me out. And last, guys, my face is gonna be up here in a circle. I need you to click on my face. Select the gray bell, select all, and you'll be notified to all my new content that I place up here to YouTube, and you will be subscribed. So have a great day, dreamers.